Hi, everybody. It's episode 34 of Guest Safety Officer Lobby Group. Today, we're going to be talking to Gary. Yeah, because 34 episodes. It's over 6 months, folks, that he's hung on, tenacious, absolutely clinging there. I've done everything I can, but I just can't get rid of him. And yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. He has contributed, and I'm pretty glad he has. So, without further ado, let's get down to it. So, Gary, could you please tell us, your experience and also, what we're talking about today?
Thank you, Ian, and what a fantastic intro from you regarding our 34 episodes of season 1 of the Guest Safety Officers Lobby Group. Season 1. So, yes, I'm Gary Twining-Wright. I've been in the industry for over 37 years, working all sides, all parts of security. Ian, over to you.
Well, yeah, I think what we need to just do, first of all, is talk about where are we going? And one of the things that's been raised, strangely enough, by one of the guests on the show, got to have a word with them, is we need to change our backgrounds. We need to do something better than we have. And you know what? I think he's right. What do you think?
I think I said that several months ago, Ian.
Did you? Well,
yeah, you ignored me.
Well, I don't ignore you, not all the time, just when it suits me. Just the same as when you ignore me. But that's what being a couple's all about, isn't it? And we've become a couple. Let's be honest.
Well, I got the email today about this blue hoodie top, so I went for that today.
But that's it. Matching backgrounds, matching hoodies. Sadly, obviously, we can't do the matching hair. Yeah, not unless we stick a wig on you. But that's because I'm still virile. But anyway, we'll crack on. And yes, I do think the backgrounds do need to change now. And I think as we're talking about what's going to come up for the next year, because did you know it's nearly a year, Gary, that you and I have been talking together and then putting on this show?
Very good. Very good. Nearly a year. So season 2 is next year.
I would think so, yeah. Season 2, yeah, gosh. Imagine when we get to season 40. How frightening. How frightening that will be for both us and the customers, the kind people who turn in and watch and subscribe to our show. Yeah, I know you're thinking, gosh, how old will he be? Well, I'll be 106 then, because I'm retired, as we know. So yes, so we're going to change the backgrounds, yeah?
Yep.
The other thing that I've noticed for successful people is that they have theirs on a podcast, which you can get through Apple or Spotify or something like that. Do you think we ought to go down that route?
I definitely do, Ian. I think we've definitely got to start putting that out there on the Spotify and on the podcast things via Apple. I think it's very important we get it squared away.
It's because it's and we've certainly got to get it cut down a bit, haven't we? If we're going to do a podcast, if we're going to do a podcast on the Spotify nature, as much as I love the sound of my voice and your voice occasionally, is the fact that other people don't. Apparently, other people want to hear their own voices, or just for me to get on with it. What's that? Oh, sorry, someone was just telling me to get on with it now. So, but anyway, the long and the short of it is, yes, we're going to do that. Have we got any other thoughts in mind, Gary, that you're thinking of from your side?
From our side, as you know, which you're behind, is the principle we're bringing out the female side now, which we're starting to put together. So it won't be just you and me. we will now have our own female section coming on board in the next week or 2 weeks, I believe. She's going to be hosted by, I think, the fantastic Vanessa Twining-Wright.
Yeah, and she is, by the way, for anybody out there, not just saying that, she's absolutely a superstar, as you will find out. Very articulate, very intelligent, very bright, and she really does. Well, she'll light up the room. I'm fairly sure she will, and it'll be great to hear her speaking to both male and female, because we're not just tying poor Vanessa down to one. Oh, you've got to go in the female room, have you? Are we?
No, we're not.
She's more than that, isn't she?
Exactly right. We're not doing that at all.
Yeah, I'm all for all EDI, but I think it's really important that people speak to everybody. Otherwise, we wind up in a bubble, and that's where I think things get into trouble. And Nick Oldworth, who, as you know, is one of the leading advocates and supporters of Fegan Murray. And behind that, we sort of had an exchange, and he gave an analogy about people needing to keep in their lanes swimming. And I said, oh, well, I think that's stretching a bit. And we laughed, as you do, But that was just me laughing, just in case. The long and the short of it is he's absolutely right. It is important that we stay in lanes to a degree, but we need to be able to see the rest of the pool. We can't just stay in one lane, otherwise we will miss things that are happening in lane 8 or lane 1 or wherever in between. So I think we need to be able to focus, and that's what I think Vanessa will be able to bring to the show, along with yourself, a level of expertise that's been earned over years of experience, someone who doesn't just talk the talk, but has actually walked the walk.
Definitely, absolutely, fully agree with you on that one.
Did you see that thing from young Sarah Walker? I guess about the signatories for the Monday lunch.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, it's an online thing, so I asked if I could go, but I don't know, But certainly think that Vanessa can, because I'm not actually a signatory, am I, to that thing? I support it wholeheartedly, but unfortunately, the fact is I don't live in London. I don't have a company in London, but if I did, I would be a signatory. But you are, aren't you, Gary?
I don't think I am. No.
Well, Lisa is, isn't it? Oh, sorry, Vanessa is.
Vanessa is, yeah. I think Vanessa is, yeah.
Yeah. So again, there we go. Plug in young Vanessa to the limits, as we should. Going forward from there, we've not really pushed or we've not really developed the website, have we?
No, we've still got work to do on that, and it's up and running, and it's there available for people to see. But we're still working on the
forum,
which we've had issues with.
Yeah, it has. A lot of it has been the main issue has been being able to control the moderation of it, because we want it to be a sensible place where people have proper conversations that are designed to actually enhance and enable people to get information that they need or to carry out best practice. What do you think?
Absolutely, mate. We need to get that squared away, because we can't have madness on there. It's professional. What we're trying to sell is professional people. We're trying to be what's the words I'm looking for here, Ian?
I don't know, because I'm not you.
Yeah, okay. My concentration's just gone there. we're trying to develop a professional. We are meant to be professionals, so we're trying to develop to be professionals. We're trying to develop it to be professionals, and we're losing that whole imagery of, bouncer imagery. We are organisation. That's what we're looking for in that.
Totally agree, mate. I think that is that professional space to be able to put an opinion out there and actually vocalize, articulate it in a sensible manner. So that'll be good. What I do think is as well is that we should next year start looking, or season 2 as you would call it, we should actually start looking at giving people on the forum who are coming on, people who are actually working within the industry, information and access to products, etc., so that they can make decisions, better informed decisions of what they need, what they don't need, etc. That doesn't mean we're going to go full out on sponsorship, but it means, I think, I don't know, Gary, you may disagree with that, because it does have to pay for itself, doesn't it?
Oh, of course it does. It's got to be paid for itself. These things don't come for free.
And well, it has done for the last year.
It has done for free. Yeah, it has done. But at the end of the day, it's got to live off its own esteem and be self-funded. And one of our major things, being what we are, the Guest Safety Lobby Group, we want the guys to be professional, look professional, have the right kit in play, have the right information, the right training. And over the next, say, season 2 or next 24 months, we want to be putting the training facilities together, so guys got extra training, better CPD available for them, and upskill them to a standard which they need to be. I think
you're right. I think what we've definitely got to do is to make clear what good looks like.
Absolutely.
Throughout the year, whatever you look at, people say, no, we need to do this, or we need this qualification or that, but they don't know what good actually looks like. It's a tick box event. So we don't know why do we polish our shoes? As silly as that sounds, you go, oh, well, that's obvious, mate, shine your shoes, blah, blah, blah. But there are so many other reasons that go beyond that about why it's important to polish your shoes, why it's important to look smart. All of these things go. And the thing that I've been trying to get through to people and some of the places that I've been and conversations that we've had is that I know it's going to sound awful, but as the first person you have to protect as a guest safety officer is yourself.
Absolutely.
And the best way of protecting yourself is to look as though you know what you're doing. It's all about perception, isn't it? That people look and go, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to push this. I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z. And I think we'll tease that out over the next year, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Fully agree with you on that.
But, what else have you sort of got in mind? Any thoughts?
Yeah, one of the other things is I'm thinking about bringing in another presenter. Not saying I'm getting rid of you, Ian, but not just for me, but also we change it up a little bit. It's not just all about Ian Fox and Gary Twining Wright. No, we change percent. Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and giving other people the opportunity to express what they feel. At the end of the day, we started the Guest Safety Officer Lobby Group, but I think it's about us bringing other people in, as we're bringing Vanessa in, and bring other people to maybe host a show. They can host a show with some other guests, and obviously we monitor it and we put it out there, and it goes back out on our website. And it's just another alternative. It's not just you and me, spouting the same old stuff, and giving other people the opportunities to lead.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that leadership role and that coming forward and speaking your mind, I think that one of the things I think we should definitely do is host like a webinar Yeah, and you say, right, in a month's time, we're going to do a webinar at X time, and invite people to come on. One of the great things that the UK CMA, the United Kingdom Crowd Management Association, have been doing recently is they've been doing like just a little networking meeting once a month. Where they get, I think, I don't know how many they've had, but I've been there. Sometimes I think they've had about 20, sometimes they've had about 12, 13. It doesn't matter, but you get different voices. And it's really interesting getting that, as you say, having those different voices come from elsewhere. Plus, it adds to the authority of the site, doesn't it?
That's right. It's not just you and me spouting what we believe and what we know and what we've encountered. It's about other people's experiences and what they've seen, how they're dealing with certain departments and how they see things and feel things.
Yeah, I think you're right, Gary. I think one of the key things that that's coming through is when I started getting this is we've had the balance has been your experience, actual practical experience on the ground of doing the job. Mine, obviously, primarily academic, theoretical. I have got some experience, but not to the depth that you have. And so I think the balance has been about right. But I do think, how many stories can we tell? It's great getting, as you know, feedback from other people, and we do get to feed that into the show. But we need to actually hear other people. So I think that's got to be the drive going forward.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
So, I've got a couple of things that I've sort of got in the pipeline, but to be honest, I can't really talk about those just yet. But just a little teaser, just teasing everybody. What's Ian going to do? And I know some of you thinking, go, just go, but no, Gary, you're not supposed to say. You're supposed to be my friend. Remember? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So sincere. Anyway, the long and the short of it is, I think the next season's going to be really, really good.
Oh, definitely. As I say, we've got a few things, and we've got some partners we're working closely with at the moment, which will probably expand out, and we'll let them know in season 2.
Yeah.
How our major partners is and how we're going to be playing this out. So, watch this space really at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think it is good. So I think we definitely ought to put out a big shout out. I think if I'm right, it's the 30th of October when this conversation between Vanessa, Lisa Bascott, Satya Ray, and Anne-Marie Shibib from the UK CMA is going to take place. Maybe we can see if we can just do that as a little webinar. I don't know, Gary. You'll have to have a think about that. But I'll I look forward to seeing it. Just wish I could be part of it. But apparently I'm not allowed to be everywhere.
Apparently
on
not.
Everything. Yeah. I had an argument with King Charles the other day about being on the coin. Yeah. That if he was going to be on one side of the coin, why couldn't I be on the other? But apparently they've gone with some robins or something like that. But anyway, that's about the best I can do at this moment in time. I wish you well, Gary. I'll speak to you, I'm sure, next week, because we do need to do part 2 of our physical interventions thing with Jim Dwyer and with Gravel, and get ourselves a scenario together that we can discuss.
Definitely, absolutely, and we do.
All right, mate. Shall we call it a day at that?
We'll do a day. It's good to talk to you once again, Ian, and discuss where we're going in the future.
Yeah, it's just future plans. It's not the most exciting stuff, but it's fun. And that's what life's all about. Okay, speak to you soon. Peace out.